Hello, I'm back. Penny here with a series, maybe. I can't really overpromise. I can't promise how often I'll be making these videos. You know, for the watch addict, when you start to see lots of videos, that means they're probably jonesing for the next hit. And I've been doing pretty well of late, not, being obsessive about this hobby. But moving and trying to get settled in has kind of shifted things from my watch consumption or my watch collecting or my watch addiction, depending on how you think about it. And so I wanted to just maybe start a new series of kind of talking about watches that take me out of Rolex a little. I still have my Rolex, do not worry, I still love them. And they will make an appearance again soon, probably on the channel. Once I feel more comfortable wearing them in certain contexts. So what I thought I would do is make a series about other watches that I'm trying out, hopefully keeping, some of them. You saw the IWC Le Petit Prince. I always say La Petite Prince, and I was corrected in the comments that I should say Le Petit Prince. The Little Prince, guys. You saw my saga there, and actually kind of a love affair. I'm going to do another video on that Mark 18 watch soon. But for now, I wanted to introduce another watch that I got recently, and that is the Omega Railmaster denim dial. So here it is. It is a hefty watch. It's really an anti-magnetic watch that puts the Milgauss to shame. I think this is 15,000 Gauss versus the Milgauss, which might be like 1,500 or 1,000. So I'm not sure, but definitely is more anti-magnetic than the Rolex Milgauss, which is a favorite watch of mine. GV all the way, the black GV. But the Railmaster is a watch that I have, when it first came out, was that 2017 or 2018? I saw it in the boutique, and I was very close to buying it at that moment. And I never did. I think I thought that the dial wasn't classic and timeless enough just because of the denim. And this camera isn't super great, but you can probably see the denim dial if I tilt it at a certain angle. It's blue, but it's like a kind of washed out, well, denim blue, like a washed denim style blue with some kind of linen-esque lines, horizontal lines, vertical lines that are in there in the dial. And anyway, I've been looking at this watch for a while and considering it. It never quite, every time I wanted to buy it, it never quite captured me. There was always something a little bit off. And so one of the things I've noticed about it, and I've only owned it for like a week, and it may not be long for the collection, is the bracelet has no micro adjustment. Omega's kind of notorious for this in many of its lines, but once you size it, you really don't have a way to adjust it either on the fly or even with a strap tool. Like you really have to add and subtract links. So getting the fit right was hard. I don't love this feature either, that when you open it, butterfly style, double clasp here or double connection point here, you have to kind of pull this out to get it off. It's minor, but it doesn't fit me it doesn't have the perfect fit, and there's no way to really get that with this style of bracelet. But it will slide around because really it's pretty loose on me. But I left it loose because it's still summer. And, I find that it is a very, okay, so what is my life after Rolex meditation on the Omega Railmaster? How does this fit into my life after Rolex? Well, it is an easy to wear watch that I've worn in all circumstances recently. The brushed pattern on the brush finishing on the bracelet, is very low key. You can wear this with just about anything, casual, and I've been fine wearing it, and I don't even think about it. I've been in a lot of new scenarios, and I haven't really thought about someone eyeing my watch or anything like that. No drama, just wear it, get up and go. And I like that about it. And it's also, I like watches on a bracelet, so it also feels substantial because it's on a bracelet. And I think it will look great on some straps. I have some straps in mind that I wanted to try with it. So it gets like a B, but I think my Rolex and my AP have really set the bar for me in terms of really wanting to love a watch when it's on my wrist. And so far, it's been about a week of owning it. I don't have love for it. Like Le Petit Prince, the Mark 18, and even the Mark 20 with its problems. I love both of those things. That's partly why I couldn't quit it. I can't quit you. And I don't feel that way about the Railmaster. There is no potential for drama. And you know what, guys? I think your girl likes drama when it comes to the watches in terms of having a little bit of a pull, a little bit of a complicated story. That kind of endears me to a watch, because they're so easy to get in some cases. In the cases where they're not easy to get, I think that struggle does endear me to the watch. And this watch is, you can walk in and buy it in any boutique or authorized dealer. It's probably been sitting there for a couple of years. It's fine, but there's nothing about it in and of itself, like the dial, which I thought I would love looking at because the crosshairs you can see there at the 3 and the 9. It's actually a little crosshair at the 12 and the 6 as well. So there's a lot of reflection that's bouncing off of it. But, I thought I would love looking at the dial, but because I happened to get another blue watch at the same time, that Mark 18, that watch and the depth of its blue really worked for me, whereas comparatively, this is not as interesting, I think. I thought this would be interesting, but it kind of feels a little gimmicky, and not classic enough or not quirky enough. It's neither classic nor entirely quirky. I think that's what it is. So it's just kind of hum. I'm going to lose money on it if I decide to trade this thing in because I literally just bought it. But anyway, it was nice to try it out. I think this is a goodbye letter that life after Rolex doesn't begin and end with the Omega Railmaster denim dial, even though it's a nice, capable watch. I think that, and of course, Omega's box, which you can see here in the background, it's the wood box inside that white box. And it's really a nice presentation. I've started to become a little irritated about watch boxes because after moving and having so much crap to move and ship across the country, you start to realize how much unnecessary stuff you have. And I'm willing to say that watch boxes fall right in that category. Like all the boxing papers, the bigger the boxes are, kind of the more annoying for storage. So even though it's a beautiful box, it kind of works against it in this moment. And I'm like, damn it, more clutter, more stuff to store. And I think we're going to be moving again because the house that we have now. Anyway, long story. But guys, I guess my thoughts about life after Rolex with this particular watch is that I like it, but I don't love it. And I guess that poses a question. Maybe in the comments you can let me know, do you have to love a watch that you own? Do you get rid of watches that you don't love? Or do you kind of occasionally wear them even though you're not in love? Or maybe it takes time to build the love. And I think that is true for me too. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it takes some memories and experiences. Sometimes it takes a little splash of drama, for me to really start to connect to a watch. Like I kind of have to buy it, sell it, at least a couple times before I'm like, yes, this is for me, and that's happened. So let me know in the comments, guys, do you have to love a watch in order to keep it in your collection, or can it still play a role? For me, if I'm going to wear it mostly as a daily driver, like, I don't know, at least 50% of the time, alternating with just a few pieces, I think I need to love it. And it's hard because your girl loves Rolex. I know what I like, and I like collecting kind of very similar design things, and I love Rolex. But I will try to talk about some other things that I'm starting to love about watches that are not Rolex. So maybe that'll come up in another video. And I think that I would like to have a small collection. Is it possible to have a small collection of more affordable watches that I love? That's really the question and really the test case of if I can love watches at this price point around $3,000-4,000. I think some Tudors are there, but again, I probably would say that all the Tudors that we've had And I think we've had two, maybe three. I think we had two Tudors that I liked them, but again, it wasn't a love. Although the Black Bay 58 I really, really, really liked that watch. And I got rid of it for some crazy watch collecting person reasons. But anyhow, guys, more soon in my series of reflections of life after Rolex. I'll let you know what's up next. Got a few other pieces to test out. Peace.